Welcome to The Vote Matters, where you learn why the vote matters. Today, we're going to speak to an insider who will expose to us, as our guest said, special interest groups are destroying our democracy. This will be one of the most fascinating and important interviews we have ever done. I cannot say enough on how brave our guest is to come and speak to us about these special interest groups and how they are really running our government. So please welcome in Mr. X.
Thank you for allowing me to come here and talk about what I consider to be the greatest existential threat to our nation.
You're welcome, Mr. X. I can't imagine how brave you are to take on these powerful interest groups.
Yes, they are very powerful groups, and I appreciate you blurring my face and using a voice modulator to protect
my identity.
Of course, your safety is of paramount concern.
And your safety is going to be in jeopardy once you air this interview. So I want to thank you for being so brave as well.
Yeah, we here at TVM know what it is at risk and want our viewers to be informed at any cost. And by the way, how powerful are these special interest groups? Like, what could they do to you, or more specifically, what could they do to me?
Oh, I think it would take a long time to go through the laundry list of ways they can ruin our lives and the lives of our families. Let's just say, I appreciate you letting me come here to speak. You and your team are beyond brave. You are my champion, especially for democracy and the sanctity of the vote.
Well, so my first question to you is, how did these special interest groups grow so powerful?
Most people don't realize how much money goes into our national elections. It is an extraordinary amount of money. This need for money by political candidates and political parties that opens the door for special interest groups to walk in and begin to take control of our political system.
But how much danger am I in?
You're pretty funny. I like levity.
Yeah, I do too. So, how much money are we talking about?
At the start of the new millennium, in the year 2000, the total amount of money spent on congressional and presidential races was around $3 billion. About half of that was just to elect the president.
Man, that's an amazing amount of dollars going into an election.
Yes, but it has been completely eclipsed by the most recent elections. In 2020 alone, the total election costs were nearly $16.5 billion. That is over a 500% increase when compared to the 2000 elections. Let me put it another way. If you were to stack 16.5 billion $1 bills, it would reach a height of 1,150 miles into the air.
Man, that is unbelievable. When you try and, wrap your mind around that much money, Jesus.
It is incredible. Think about the cost for someone to run for Congress. To get elected into Congress, a congressman needs to raise nearly $3 million. That means a congressman needs to raise $125,000 every month. That's insane.
So what's the cost for running for a senator position?
Oh, baby. You're talking about $25 million. That means a senator needs to raise $360,000 every month.
How on earth are they able to raise that kind of money?
The small individual donors, the common citizen donates to a candidate, provides between 15 to 25% of the funds needed to win the election.
And where does the rest go?
The rest of the funds come from large individual donors like millionaires and billionaires, organizations like unions, super PACs, and special interest groups.
Okay. So how much comes from the special interest groups?
It's estimated that special interest groups spend roughly 4 to 5 times more than PACs. When we put it in dollars and cents, we can estimate special interest groups spend about $2.5 to $3 billion to influence candidates in the elections.
Why are special interest groups a greater concern than super PACs, millionaires, billionaires, and organizations? Why are you saying special interest groups are an existential threat to our democracy?
Special interest groups have a unique advantage over the rest via lobbyists.
Dare I ask, what are lobbyists?
Think about it as a legal way to have a hired gun working on behalf of corporations who can influence politicians through lavish fundraisers. You have to remember, it costs a lot of money to run for office and even more to win an elected seat.
So lobbyists work on behalf of corporations to legally bribe politicians in favor for...
The passing of laws that favor corporations. For example, in recent studies, the findings showed for every dollar a corporation spends on lobbying, they receive more than 70,000%, my bad, on investment for tax breaks, avoiding regulations and subsidies.
And how is this even possible?
Technically, it falls under the First Amendment, in which the Constitution guarantees the right to petition the government over grievances. This is valid and necessary for the health of a democracy. However, the Founding Fathers would have never envisioned large corporations and the vast amount of money they'd be spent on influencing legislature.
And with the ever-increasing cost of elections, the power of lobbyists working on behalf of large corporations will grow more and more influential. And with the growing influence of the lobbyists, the average citizen will find their influence on elected officials diminishing more and more. Do I have that right?
Ding, ding, ding! And what do we have for our winner? Nothing less than a big heap of cow dung for dinner, while the fat cats on Wall Street laugh all the way to the bank.
So how bad has this lobbying gotten? And, who's getting hurt the most?
Here's an example. During COVID, many of the small mom and pop businesses needed to shutter, while the large retailers like Walmart and Target could stay open, being designated as essential retailers. This led to a significant profit increase for these large corporations.
So are there other examples?
When we engage directly and indirectly in war, who do you think benefits? Of course, our military-industrial complex. And watch how our politicians get into their rah-rah mode, explaining why we need this to support the military effort.
This is sounding very dark. Is there anything we can do about this?
Absolutely. I will tell you exactly what we need to do. I've been working on developing a device to control minds. It focuses on mind frequencies, and I believe we will be able to use it to take control of the minds of politicians and make them do what we want versus doing what the lobbyists want them to do.
Hold up. Can you repeat that again?
A mind machine that I'm building will allow us, the people, to take over the minds of the politician. This device is the reason I need my identity protected. If the lobbyists and politicians find out about who I am, they will ruin me.
I see. Well, Mr. X, this interview has been nothing but enlightening. It reminds me that I need to scream at my producer after we are finished.
If you and the others want to help me finish building my device, you can donate funds to an offshore account.
Well, thank you, Mr. X. It is amazing how insanely fast time flies. I mean, we no longer have time. So, for that, I say thank you. Remember, if you enjoy our content and want more similar topics, please click the like, subscribe buttons, and check us out on X. Remember, the vote matters more than ever. Until next time, you have a great day and stay positive.